Hey everyone, Josh here with a look at another Star Wars toy, and today we're going to do an unboxing video. Today we are going to unbox a Force Link 2.0. This is Han Solo's Landspeeder. So let's go cut this guy loose, come on. Alright guys, here we are today with a toy from the Force Link 2.0 line. And this is Han Solo's Landspeeder from the new Solo movie. And just for context on this video, there may be some speculation being done because at the time I'm filming this, the Solo movie has not been released yet. It's about a month away. But the toys are out, so we're going to unbox them and review them. So this is Han's Landspeeder, and we are going to unbox this guy today. And before we break it down, let's take a look at the packaging. And here on the back, you can see they have a nice picture of the Landspeeder and the figure that comes with it. It's a young Han Solo, and they're telling you some of the features. So you can see here it launches the figure out with some sort of ejection seat, and you have a crash ejection zone. So that had to be interesting. It looks like the front end of it crumples up a little bit. And then you have a little tiny description of the Landspeeder here, and this is one of the few Force Link items I've seen that actually has a description on it, so I'll go ahead and read that to you guys. Han Solo's Landspeeder. Han is cagey about where he scored this overpowered M68 Landspeeder, saying little beyond that its previous owner no longer had need of it. The M68 is a design from the ancient core world of Corellia, now a principal starship production facility for the Galactic Empire. And Corellia is actually the home world of Han Solo, and I believe we're going to see it for the first time in the new movie. And in the most recent trailer, they actually have a really quick screenshot of them building Star Destroyers up in the air. It's a very cool little scene. You got to have a quick eye. It's a trailer, but there you go. And so let's unbox this guy. Let's get him out of here. I'm pretty excited about this. This is my first vehicle I've gotten in a while. And here we go. Here is the actual Solo figure. And from what I've heard about this Solo film so far, it's gonna follow Han over a fairly large period of his life. I think it's supposed to be like 10 or 20 years. And so I think this is a young version of Han Solo. This is a very young version of him. And I think it's before he meets Chewbacca and all that. But we will find out when the movie's released. But just to show you guys the difference in some of the figures. So, of course, this is the figure that comes with the Landspeeder, and then I have one other Solo figure from the new movie, and this is the Solo figure that comes with the Force Link 2.0 starter set. So as far as I know, this is the only way you can get this Han Solo figure. And the one from the starter set, the one in the brown jacket, I believe is supposed to be a few years older than the one you're looking at here. This is supposed to be him as a very young man, and this is him a couple years older. So, and then there's a third version of the figure that if you actually buy the Millennium Falcon for this toy line, there's a different version of Han Solo, and it looks a lot like this one, except you just take the brown jacket off, and he's wearing, you just see him in the black shirt. But these are the two I have unboxed so far, so there are slight differences, and one of the other differences, as you can see, he's actually wearing the gloves, and he has a slightly different blaster, and if you look at the little bit older Han, he does come with his traditional DL-44. And let me see if I can get that in there real quick. And mine's got a little bit of bend to it. So you can see the differences in the pistols that the two figures come with. So you can see this is a little bit more traditional style of Han. You got the gun belt and the pants with the stripe. And then this is obviously a totally different version. And you can see he comes with a little bit different blaster. It looks like a little tiny pistol. And there you can see what the handle looks like once it's out of his hand. very small. And there's no, from what I can see, there's no holster or anything. He's got a little, looks like a comm device or something on his belt, but that's it. I don't see any holsters. And you can see they've got some sort of snow dirt or white dirt or some kind of ash or debris on his boots there that's painted on. It's like a little speckled paint job. And then let's real quick run through this figure's movements. So you have side to side on the head. No up and down, just a little bit of wiggle. And let's see here. On the arms, all you have is shoulder rotation, no waist movement. And then the legs, this guy's a little bit stiff. He's sticking on me. The legs, of course, he needs to be able to sit down to be in the speeder. But there you go. There's your movement. And it looks like you might actually be able to take the vest off here. Let's see here. Yeah, you can. Very cool. Okay, so if you want to take the vest off, you can see Han in his t-shirt. And here's just real quickly what the white and gray vest looks like. Looks like I got a little smudge on it already. But there you go. So, vest is removable. Very interesting. And let's get it back on him here. All right. So there we have it. There is the Han figure with his little teeny blaster pistol. And before we get any further with that, we stated, this is... Are you going to stand for me, buddy? Oh, come on. All right, very good. So this is a Force Link 2.0 figure, and if you're not familiar with what that is, it means he has a small chip, and I just turned the Force Link on. So this is the Force Link 2.0 scanner, and what it does is it scans the figures, and there's little tiny chips embedded in them, and this part here is a little chip reader, and when you wave it over the figures, you're going to get scenes, lines from the movie, and combat sounds and things like that. So let's check out what young Han Solo has to say.
I'm done with taking orders. That wasn't the plan. How did I get into this mess?
Very good. So to cycle through the scenes, you're supposed to tap the back here, and it's going to say more things. So let's try this.
That wasn't the plan.
That wasn't the plan.
How did I get into this mess?
How did I get into this mess?
That wasn't the plan. How did I get into this mess?
All right, so the other way you're supposed to be able to do it is you're supposed to be able to...
That wasn't the plan. How did I get into this mess? Let's deal with these guys fast.
Let's deal with these guys fast. You're supposed to be able to move this thing and give it in a different directions, and it's also supposed to cycle through the...
How did I get into this mess? That wasn't the plan.
Okay, so we're getting a couple sayings out of them, so you get the idea of how the Force Link works. So let's take the actual speeder out, and it looks like we have some assembly required here, and I hope... Okay, here. So it's tied in to the packaging. And we'll get this thing out of here, no problem. All right. All right, I'm just trying to make sure we're not, whoa, lacking any pieces still in the box here. And it looks like there's a little fin that needs to be assembled onto the speeder. Alright, so here it is. We got it out. Okay, let's see if we can figure this little fin out. So it looks like it's a little bit lopsided. So what you got here is this spoiler type thing. And just looking at the picture here, it's kind of goes off. It's not centered on the vehicle. It's a little off center. So you can see there's a little slot right here. And then if you flip it all the way over underneath the side thruster here, you can see there's another little tab right here. And that's where you're going to insert this thing. So let's see here. Okay, and it looks like it's going to just snap right in here, no problem. Okay. And then we want to snap it into the underbelly here. There we go. Got it in. So, it appears to be fully assembled. Very nice. I like this thing. Had to give him a Landspeeder, just like Luke, huh? Han had Landspeeder envy. And there is the back. We have the sides. And one thing that's interesting, this front part is, it's got a crash crumple zone. So this first little, maybe inch and a half of the vehicle is actually rubber. So that's very interesting. So you can actually see it fold up a little bit when I push in. There's like a spring-loaded front. And it's doing something in the back there, but I'm not totally sure. I can hear something else clicking back here. Interesting. Okay, I'm trying to figure this thing out as we go, guys. I apologize. So if we look in the... Oh, okay. Okay, so I figured it out. So what you have here, if you look at the driver's seat on the vehicle, when you smash the front end in, you'll actually see the driver's seat pop up a little bit like a little ejection seat. So, and then you just push it back in. You can hear it click. So I'm assuming Han may get ejected from this thing at one point in the movie. So let's see here. And you can see it again. It just goes up about maybe a ½ inch. And then you just push it back down till it clicks. Let's see here. And yeah, okay. I think that's all it does. I'm looking at the back of the box because they're showing us the... Here is the underbelly. You can see the Force Link logo there. You can actually kind of see the rubber part that crumples there. Again, very cool. So apparently this thing isn't going to make it through the end of the movie. It is going to crash. But you can see we have exposed engine parts here. Other than that, it appears to be almost fully intact. You got a little bit of exposed engine here. And it looks like this might move or something, but no. Okay, so then if you look in the cockpit, here or the driver's seat, you can see there's an actual steering wheel, but it does not move. And then here in the center console part, you have a gear shifter, some sort of shifter with 4 knobs on it, and it does not move. It's just for looks. So, and then there's a little bit of a control panel, dash panel there. You can see it's not painted or anything. Oh, there's the Force Link powering down. There's a little sticker behind the steering wheel with a little bit of color, and it looks like some gauges on it. And then the rest of it's just indented little, you can see there's a little design and buttons, it looks like. So there you go. There is Han's speeder. And you know what? There's no wheels on it. How's it supposed to go? There's versions of Luke's like this that actually have little hidden wheels on it. So when you roll it across the ground, it actually rolls. And this thing does not have that. So okay, and there is the front grille. And you can see they have some that looks like some wear damage on it. You can see there's the paint chips here on the front. They got some paint chips missing on the spoiler there. All right, so what I want to do here is let's go ahead and get the Force Link, turn it back on. That's how you do it. And let's scan this thing and see what it does. Okay, so I'm wondering how long. Okay, so that's pretty cool. What it seems to be doing is as long as you're holding the force link up to it, it's going to make the engine sound, because I can't imagine, other than engines and maybe some blaster sounds, which you guys heard, that it's not like the ship's going to say anything, so I can't imagine there's more sound effects than that. So let's see here. As long as you're holding it up to the ship, it sounds like the sound effect keeps coming, and then as you move the ship and the force link together, it makes like sounds like it's making a sharp turn or something like that. Let's see here. All right, there you go. So that is the sound effects from Hans Landspeeder from the new Solo movie. And of course, we still have to insert Han into the vehicle. So let's see how this goes. So it appears that he fits in there fairly well. I would hope so. I'm trying to get him to actually grab the steering wheel here. All right. There you go. Got him holding the steering wheel and everything. Good deal. It fits right in there. He's sitting a little bit forward when you have him on the wheel, and you can see his head's a little bit higher than the windshield. And of course, it's a two-seater, so let's see if we can fit Kira in there as well, because I believe she rides with him in the trailer. So there you go. It is possible to fit two figures in there, and unfortunately there's no seatbelt or anything, so if Han's holding onto the wheel so he stays in place, but when you move it around, she's in there. But there you go, Han and Kira in the Landspeeder. Very cool. And Kira does not come with the vehicle. You have to purchase her separately. I just remember seeing her in the vehicle in one of the shots from the trailer, so I thought it'd be cool to put her in there. So, and then, all right. So I'm going to take his hands off the wheel because it is time to test the ejector seat. So let's see what happens. So you're supposed to be able to smash the front end of this thing, and it activates the ejection seat. So let's see how this thing works. Okay, so it works, but it did not launch him out of the vehicle. So, again, you just want to push it straight down, and you'll hear it click. And when you smash the front, it's supposed to eject him. And let's see if we can get it to eject him out of here. And he keeps bashing into the windshield. He's not going. Oh. So I'm just noticing this. If you look in where the gas pedal and brake would be on this thing, there's like some little tabs that are spring loaded, and I'm not totally sure what they're for. And I'm looking when I hit the ejection seat. I'm thinking they should spring forward, but they're not. Let me see here. Maybe you have to have his legs in there to, let's see here. So there's like little tiny trap doors that you gotta, looks like you insert his legs in. Let's see if that helps eject him a little bit, because I kind of pulled his legs out trying to give the seat the benefit of the doubt here. So let's see here. Ready? There we go. It does work. All right. Very cool. So it's a little tricky to see on camera here, but there's like these little let's see here. You can kind of see him down there. There's these little gray like trap doors where his feet will go. And so what you want to do is you're going to want to insert it when you, let me reset the seat here. You got to actually put his feet into the little trap doors that are down there, and they're spring loaded. And so as part of the ejection process, when you hit the front, it's going to eject the seat, but at the same time, it's going to kick his legs out with the little trap doors here. So let's see how that works again. All right, time to eject Han from the thing. There's a crash. Very good. Comes right out, lands on the hood. Very cool. So there you go. There is your ejection seat in action. Very cool. All right, guys. That's it. There it is. Force Link powering down. All right, guys. There it is from the Force Link 2.0 line. This is Han Solo's Landspeeder from the new Solo movie. So thanks for watching, everyone. And if this is your first time finding me, please subscribe to the channel. And thanks, everybody. I appreciate it. Bye.